keep seeing little tremors around the float. I don't know what's causing it. It doesn't dip or anything, it's just like a little tremor radiates, a little ripple radiates out from the float. I don't know if it's worth trying a different bait, to be honest. If they're not taking maggots, I can't see. I don't know, that could be the beginnings of a bite actually. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, that's better. We're into a fish. Oh, and it is fighting quite hard, so perhaps it's something decent. Cool, yeah, it's yanking away. It feels tenchy actually. Don't come off, will you? Hi. Well, a few days of sort of semi-glorious weather has convinced me to come out to my first stillwater. I've come over to the clay pit. I fished it a couple of times in the winter and blanked, but I'm sort of hoping today with a little bit more warmth in the water I might be able to get something. The water's more cloudy than it was in the winter, which can indicate there's a bit more aquatic life moving around. On the downside, speaking to a chap as I was tackling up, who was obviously an angler and also a local, I would guess, he said he had heard that the cormorants had raided this side pond, so that might well explain why I didn't get much in the winter, and it might not bode well for today, but we can only try. There are cormorants on this lake. In fact, it's more a wildlife lake than a fishing lake, really. There are birds everywhere. But let's hope we can get something. I've put a little bit of ground bait out, laced with maggots and a bit of hemp. I can only really try. It will be disappointing if this sort of little pond is no longer performing like it used to in the past, but there we go. This seems to be the story sort of in many places these days. Right, I'm all tackled up, set up and everything, so I'll give it a go. I've bought some maggots. I've got some sweet corn. I haven't broken it out yet, but I've got some sweet corn. Got a couple of slices of bread. I laced the ground bait with some breadcrumb as well, so yeah, we can only try, can't we? It promises to be a glorious day, so, and there's plenty of wildlife here, so if the fish don't turn up, it's not the end of the day. All right, let's see what happens, shall we? I'll start off with maggots, small bait. See what happens. I don't know, what with all the streams seeming to get more and more challenging. If the cormorants have raided these little ponds, it will be quite a pity, really. There's somewhere to come, which is very peaceful and sort of not too difficult to get a fish or two most times, although I did blank in the winter. Yeah. I've plumbed up, ground baited, all the stuff done. And let's see what happens. I came over on Sunday, it's Wednesday today, and there were some anglers on the main lake carp fishing. But to my surprise, there was nobody on these two ponds. So, I wouldn't have thought the cormorants would have had much luck with the tench, though. Besides not being anywhere near as visible as the silvers, They sort of tend to be in the bottom, on the bottom, in the mud. Well, if I was hoping for a quick bite, that hasn't happened. Well, I'm right over my ground baited area. To be fair though, I've fished this in the past when I haven't got bites for quite a while, then they sort of come on, but I mustn't dwell too much on the bad news about the cormorants. Got to be positive. Definitely a bit of movement around the float, and I don't know if it's something literally knocking against the float or a bite. But it's in no way positive. Unless it's perhaps fish moving around on the bottom where the ground bait is, and just sort of line bites. I don't know. If they're there, why aren't they eating my maggots? The float is definitely moving about. So maybe this is the first bite. Yeah. Came off. It wasn't big. It wasn't big, but it was a fish. It was a fish, folks. It's probably a small rod or something. But at least there's life down there. Having spent the last few months roving up and down streams, I must admit this is very relaxing. Sitting here, rod in, rod rest, watching a float that isn't really doing much, and listening to the birds. Yeah, it's not looking too promising, is it really? It's just gone 10:30. I got here shortly after 9, but it took me a while to set up. Chatting to the guys at the gate who are doing some maintenance work around the lake. So I've probably only been fishing probably less than an hour, and we've had one bite, and one smallish fish came off. But it's pleasant enough sitting here. I've dispensed with the heavy coat, I've just got a jumper on. I mean, say it's not boiling hot by any means, but it's quite comfortable. I think tomorrow's going to be hotter. I keep seeing little tremors around the float. I don't know what's causing it. It doesn't dip or anything, it's just like a little tremor radiates, a little ripple radiates out from the float. I don't know if it's worth trying a different bait, to be honest. If they're not taking maggots, I can't see. And I don't know, that could be the beginnings of a bite actually. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, that's better. We're into a fish. Oh, and it is fighting quite hard, so perhaps it's something decent. Cool, yeah, it's yanking away. It feels tenchy actually. Don't come off, will you? I'm fishing a 6-pound line, so, but I'm only on a 14 hook. Yeah, I think this must be a tench. It's certainly not a rod. Cool, it's really having a go now. It sort of woke up. Really thumping away. I assume it's a tench. Carp usually run more. Crikey, it's whack, 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 whack. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't tell you what it is. No, it doesn't want to come in. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, it's a tench, all right. Very pale colour. Quite a good fish actually. Oh, jeez. He's going in, trying to get in the reeds here. There we go. And it's got sort of twisted up, that's better. Let's just leave you in there. Get the mat out. Well, after all the talk of doom and despondency, that's a nice looking fish. Just literally in the corner of the mouth. Difficult to get out. Can't you? It's whacked itself out, that's for sure. There we go. Let's quickly wave, shall we? Trousers are soaking wet now. Well, I've zeroed it, so don't want to weigh the things as well, do we? What's that for? 4 1/4. Well, it's not a bad start to the day. £1.25 tench. Come and get yourself out. Oh, we wouldn't have that way. Stop diving into it, that's it. I thought I saw a bit of movement on my float then, so I just started the video. It's about half an hour since I caught that tench, so fingers crossed something else is going to happen. If the moorhen doesn't get to my line first. Oh, he is going to, and he's going to swim across it. Bugger. Oh no. Yeah, the float's lifting a bit. That's always a good sign. I got a shot pretty close to the hook. It's about 2 or 3 inches from the hook. It's a preloaded waggler with just one shot near the hook. Yeah, there's definitely some action around my float. I'm going to wait for something positive though. Maybe it's not going to come. Perhaps I should have struck on that slight lift. Yeah, this is very leisurely fishing compared to trying to get chub on streams. Walking up and down and yeah. I haven't mentioned much about the tackle today while I'm sitting here. Obviously I've got a centre pin. This is the what they call the Alcock's Flickum 4-inch centre pin. It's a Gray's Prodigy float rod. It's a 6-section travel rod actually. You've probably seen me use it before if you've followed earlier videos. Preloaded waggler. 6-pound line, 1 BB shot, a couple of inches from the hook, and a 14-eyed hook tied direct. So that's basically the setup today. Still no more bites, folks. Yeah. Had 2 bites today and 1 sort of lift which I didn't sort of strike on, which was probably a bite. and after that nothing. But still, we've had one very nice tench, so that doesn't really matter too much. Sort of middle of the day now, sun's at its height. Oh, could that have been a bite? Something happened down there. I cast out a bit further, a bit nearer the reeds. Yeah, I think there could be something going on out there. Let's tighten the line up just in case. Certainly not the sort of bites that fly away. There's a lot of fussing around. Keep thinking the floater's moved and then nothing happens. Oh yeah, that's it. That's definitely a lift. I don't know what this is. It feels reasonably strong. Yeah, I think it's another tench probably. It's the same sort of fight. I've got my arms in the way. See if I can give you a bit better view. Yeah, it's another tench, I think. It's probably not quite as big as the last one. Yeah, it's certainly not as big as the last one. I didn't know that same sort of power. But it's another tench, folks. A long, patient wait. I hit that on the lift that time. Didn't wait for the float to go under. Yeah, all right, mate. Okay. Don't think we need to weigh this one. It's not very big. Yeah, it's not anywhere near as big. You'll be an awkward fish. Can you just turn over a bit? That's it. That's quite a way down. It's unusual with tench. Oh, I can see it now. Oh, okay. You slippery fish. Perhaps an ordinary disgorger will work better. Yeah, that worked a treat. Obviously the forceps weren't the best solution. Alright folks, let's show you to the camera, shall we? You just hang on. Here we go. There we go. That's the one. Dead on 3 pounds. Right, let's push back, shall we? I hit that one on the lift. I should have done that with the bite I had earlier, but I left it hoping it would mature into something else. I mean, say that tench had taken the bait down a bit, about an inch down its mouth, so, and that was on the lift. So that's a lesson going forward. So 2 tench, 4 bites in total. 1 small fish came off, and 1 lift bite I ignored, and it went away. So what's that? It's just gone 1 o'clock. 3.5 hours, 4 bites. It's certainly a waiting game today. But that's all right, as long as we get something. The other good bit of news is the sun's gone behind hazy cloud. So we haven't got that bright sun now, so that may cause things to sort of improve a bit, you never know. So there's still tench in here, even if the cormorants did raid the place. There are some really good tench in the main lake, but they're really challenging. I think if I renew my ticket in April, which I'll probably do, just to support the local council or the parish council who run this lake, I may have a bash in when it gets a bit warmer in the main lake. Probably won't catch anything. I've not succeeded there in the past other than a few small rudd, but perhaps have a more concentrated effort and see if I can catch something in the main lake. Not carp, I'm not going after the carp. See if I can catch one of the tench out of there. And you never know, this may perk up in the warmer weather. These side ponds, very slow today, but the little breeze that there was a little while ago seems to have died down completely. It's really lovely and calm now, which is good because the float now is not being moved by any flow or drift in the pond, nor by the wind. So any movement now, I would hope, is going to be due to a fish. So I'm just sitting patiently waiting for that movement. Yeah, with the sun having gone behind these wispy clouds, much less bright, which certainly might be a positive. But generally speaking, things are a bit slow. Going back to the cormorant thing, what has amazed me is that I'm fishing maggot, and I did lose a small fish at the beginning, which could have been a small silver or a perch. But I'm not being bothered at all by silvers or perch, which would tend to suggest there is a problem with the smaller fish in here. So it may well be that it's been raided. The tench hopefully escaped because they're deep and they're sort of pretty well camouflaged. They're not flashing around like the silvers. Yeah, so maybe that's the story. The float is moving. Yeah, we got another one. This one feels a bit heavier. I just about got the GoPro on in time then. Yeah, that's another tench. You can tell the tench. This one's that's a nicer fish, it's a nice colour. It's a bit bigger again, I think. Right, there we go. Just stay still. Stay still. I can't get the hook out if you're gonna muck about like this. That's it. That's that. 4 pound 2 ounces. Let's hold you up for the camera, shall we? Yeah. Oh, lovely goldy colour, aren't you? And there we go, folks. Alright, so you're going back in now. Yeah, you're going back in. Oh, shit. It's 2:20. I was going to pack up about 3. Nothing has happened since that last tench, but that's been the order of the day, really. There haven't been a lot of missed bites. You wait for the bite and the bite produces. So I'm sort of, I've got about 40 minutes to go. I don't know, I may stay a bit later, depending what happens, really. It's a very slight movement around the float again. I keep getting that, but nothing ever comes of it. It's almost as if there's some insects or something in the water that are nudging the float. It's so slight, it's not worth even talking about. It keeps building up my hopes, but nothing comes. The float just dipped and lifted. It seems to have gone away. Perhaps they got spooked. Don't think anything else is going to happen. That's unfortunate. It didn't lift in a slow, measured way that I could strike. It just sort of went down and bobbed up very quickly. I was hoping that was a prelude to something positive happening, but it doesn't look like it's going to be. "5 minutes or so to go, and then I'm going to pack up, so it doesn't look like I'm going to get another bite, unfortunately. I'll tell you what, the wildfowl here are really having a day. I assume they are sparring up prior to mating, but the geese are really having a go at each other, and so are the moorhens. 2 moorhens just came scooting across the top of this pond and causing a massive disturbance, and then disappeared over into the main lake, one chasing the other. So I assume it's pre-breeding disputes, trying to sort their mates out. But yeah, it's been really quite noisy here today in terms of nature. Nothing else really, just nature. As I say, the occasional aeroplane, that's about it really. Oh, is that a bite? Or is it just the wind? You get a little breeze sometimes in the float. The float lays over a bit. Looks like it's lifting, but it's not really. Anyway, I've got another 5 minutes to go, and but if nothing comes of that, then I'll be packing up. So you'll either see another fish if I do get another bite, or maybe not a fish, just a miss, but, or you'll see me saying cheerio for the day. Well, that's it, folks. I look a little bit flushed, don't I? I got a bit overheated, to be honest. I had too many clothes on. I should have taken my jumper off. The sun was really quite warm today after all the cold weather we've had. But anyway, what started off looking like it might be yet another blank here following 2 previous blanks, especially when the guy said that he had heard cormorants had cleared the place out. It was difficult. I think in the end I had 5 bites, maybe 6, I'm not sure. 5 bites, 3 fish, 1 lost small one, but 3 lovely chub. I haven't got chub out my head at the moment. 3 lovely tench, and I'm not complaining at all. Long waits between bites, and basically I don't know what happened to the silvers and the perch. I would have thought fishing maggots, I would have got a lot of small fish, but it didn't happen. So maybe the cormorants did clear out the small stuff, I don't know. Anyway, as I say, 3 tench, and I'm more than pleased with that. I'm not complaining at all. Right, I'm off home. Thanks for watching my first stillwater after the river season closed. A bit different, sitting down all day, static, after tromping up and down streams for the last few months. Really different sort of fishing. I'm not sure if I said this, but thanks for watching. Thanks to the subscribers. A few more, still edging up a bit. And thank you all those who comment and communicate. That's always great. So I'm off home now. I stayed longer than I was going to, but I was hoping for perhaps 1 more bite, but it didn't come. So, as usual, bye for now. I'm not sure where I'll be next time, but when I'm there, I'll tell you. Yeah, bye for now, and thanks for watching, and cheers.